Welcome to my channel. Come on in and see how I got this look. So I'm gonna start off by slicking her edges back using some got to be gel, got to be spray, and blow drying it, making sure it's slicked back, making sure there's no hair hanging out or poking out. I did clean her forehead. I don't know why, but I did. I just always do. Here I put her cap on and I clip the back of it down. I like to stretch out the cap because I feel like it makes it thinner. It just helps it to lay better to me, especially because she's light skinned. So I just wanted to stretch the cap, and I feel like that helps me a lot. I did use a darker color makeup on her forehead for the cap because her forehead was darker. So I did go in, I just really went in, I wiped some of the makeup off of the brush onto the towel, and I just wiped the rest of the residue of the color that was on the towel to her. I didn't use a specific color for that. And here I am. She wore this wig 3 times. So this was our 3rd time, I believe. She wore it in the middle part and the side part, both installs done by me. The other side was pretty plucked naturally, just since it's her 3rd time. I did pluck the other side though, but it wasn't much I needed to pluck. I really needed to work on this side. Since she was getting the middle part again, I had to make sure that they were both, symmetrical at least. So as I'm showing y'all what I'm doing when I'm plucking, I'm going back and forth, just making sure, it's the same amount of hair plucked out on this side as well. As you can see, since she did wear the wig a couple times, where I had to go back and pluck out the hair even more. But I got it done and it looks so great, so good. I took my time and I plucked, and I'm just showing y'all I'm gonna be probably cutting off like all of that anyway, just so it can look natural. And this was her first time having this color, and she was scared and I was scared too, because when she brought the wig it was wet, so the color looked very bright, and I was like, girl, I didn't say nothing, but I was kind of scared. I was just gonna see how it come out, because color is just always changing. Color changes a lot. So I'm just cutting off the excess cap, wiping that away. I seen something right there and I nipped her a little bit, and I did not notice until because she wasn't bleeding or nothing, so I did not notice that I nicked her a little bit until like y'all see, because I'm gonna show y'all how you can fix that. I wiped alcohol and used Skin Protect on her with her same towel. That's the Skin Protect. I got it from Amazon. It's called like scalp protection or something like that. And then I cut away all that excess cap. Since I only use the got to be spray, sometimes I use the got to be spray, then I put a layer of glue on. But I just showed y'all the palette I'm gonna use from Ruby Kisses to put on her lace. Yes, she did find someone to color her wig, because I don't color wigs. I find that I just don't have enough time to color the hair, do the hair. It's just, I don't say I don't have enough time. It's just I have to focus on certain things. I don't enjoy coloring as much as I love to install the hair. So here we are, you know, like I told y'all, this wig has been worn twice before. So the lace has gone back a little bit, which means that the lace needs to come forward. And I know I'm going to have to cut those side tabs. There's no way in hell I'm putting this wig on and not cutting it. So I had to cut her elastic band off because that's exactly what the side tabs, it was right in front of the side tabs, and I know like I'm gonna have to cut that out, so I'm gonna have to cut these off. So as you can see, at this point it looks like it's no hope for this wig, but you know, I have the magic fingers and the magic touch, so of course there will be. So I'm just going to start putting the glue on. I don't think I recorded that though, so you guys are gonna see how I do the first layer of glue, but don't worry, because in my other videos I have more details of how I put the glue on and things like that. So as you can see, she was trying to fill out for her the color because she never had that color before. I'm glad it ended up looking more natural though. I'm really glad. And I don't want you guys to forget that I do offer one-on-one classes. So if you want to come to Chicago, or if you're in Chicago already to take a one-on-one class, I will be more than willing to teach you everything I know. So here we go. Here's when I noticed that I'm like, okay, she's bleeding, something's not right. So I immediately cleaned her with alcohol. And when you're handling someone and their blood, you really do want to use gloves, but I wanted to work. I don't know why I didn't use gloves. I just don't know. But I used this nick relief. I learned this trick when I worked in the barbershop. They had that, and it immediately drags up any blood and like just, I don't know what it. I don't know. It's like an antiseptic. It's a skin antiseptic, but it's dry. It's like a powder antiseptic. So yes. Yes. So I let that sit for a minute before I wipe it off again with alcohol. And then I put the glue on top because the glue still has to go there. But I didn't want to continue without healing her cut. And that saves me a lot of time. You get that from any beauty supply store. Actually, it's like $1 and something. It might be behind the counter because it's so small. So it might be behind the counter. But yes, I literally had that for like 2 years now. I don't have to use it often, but I do have it in case of emergencies. And I'm just cleaning it off with alcohol before I apply some glue to this area, because unfortunately glue has to still go on this area. But I did want to make sure I cleaned it really well and treated it before putting any glue on top or continuing on with her service. And I did apologize and explain to her everything I was doing while I was doing her hair. I know, you know, sometimes accidents happen and we don't mean to, because as y'all seen me cut it, like it didn't even look like I cut it, but she did flinch a little bit, so that did have me concerned, like, did I cut you? But things happen, so just be careful and just be ready to fix, you know, your mistakes. I think that's the biggest part of being a hairstylist, is just if you make a mistake, own up to it and just know how to fix it. So it's good to know different techniques on how to fix things, and as you continue to do hair or do your own hair, you would, you know how to fix them. So as y'all can see, I'm laying that wig far down on her forehead, and y'all know I'm not gonna leave it right there. So I'm just pressing it down as much as possible. I made sure that I laid it to where I seen the shiny part of the glue right in front of like where the hair gets thicker at, right where I'm laying it down at. So yeah, when you're doing lace, you have to be strategic and you have to think on your feet, and you have to just go with the flow So yes, this is one of my techniques I use sometimes, even if I have someone who had like thick lace or like the knots are just big. I even do this method because sometimes it's easier to just pluck the back of the closure rather than the front sometimes, because how they make it, they make the knots very close together, and sometimes you can just easily pluck the back more than the front. So this is a technique that is gonna change the game when you do hair, so make sure to add this to your technique hacks. And as you can see, it made it look very natural. Immediately after I cut it, it looks very natural. So I'm just cutting off her side tabs. And this is normal in resizing and having to reinstall a wig, because now it's like the wig is on her head completely different, and I still feel like it was up too far. But here I am sewing in the wig in the back of her head on her last braids. I'm pulling it down, sewing, pulling down, and sewing. I did sew both of her sides back too. I flipped them back as I will show you in a second. But I do sew my clients' wigs down if it's like too big, or I just feel like it could be tighter. So I did go ahead and sew that upwards just so it won't be on her ear. Like I said, when you're putting on the wig constantly, it might resize and reshape on you when you have to place it differently. So I did want to make sure her wig was secure, tight, not fat, and everything. This wig was very thick too, so I did cut it off camera. I did use going with my thinning shears as well before I curled it, just to so it won't be so thick when I curled it and it don't look like, I don't know. So as you can see, here I am playing with her curls, of course, until I get the look that I feel is good. And we were conversating, she was looking at it, she was like telling me how she would like it to look and maybe to cut it more and stuff like that. And you know, I didn't mind. I don't mind all my clients, you know, tell me what they want. I'm here to service them and they're paying me, so honey, I'll do whatever you want. But this wig is so cute. It looked like it was no hope for this wig, and y'all know it. So I did go in with some makeup on her part that was her skin color. And then I did spray some brown spray on her part, just because I feel like it give it a more like natural look. I don't know. It could have went without, but I feel like it just added a little, you know, I love when a part is just looking so clean. So it always cleans up the part. And I didn't spray a lot, so it doesn't look, you know, it still looks good. It looks great. So I love how this came out, because I was really worried when I seen that color when the wig was still wet. It looked very bright, but the girl who colored her wig actually did a very, very good job. And boom, thank you guys for tuning in and watching my channel. As always, please like this video and subscribe. See ya.